David and Ellen, the 3-year-old boy was brought here to LAPD's 77th Division around 12:40 this morning by a citizen who found the child abandoned at a bus stop for more than an hour. Now, we have a picture of that little boy. His name, we do not know. He is Hispanic. He weighs about 30 pounds and has a mohawk hairstyle with black hair and brown eyes. At this time, no parent or guardian has come forward to claim him. Police say a citizen saw the child sleeping on a bus bench next to an adult woman at the corner of Florence and Broadway in South Los Angeles. Police say when the bus arrived, the citizen watched the woman get on the bus and leave the child behind.
He waved to her to draw the attention that she had left the child. And she turned and made eye contact with him and just kind of waved him off and got on the bus and left. And so initially he thought there may have been a language barrier, and so we stayed for about an hour and a half and waited for her to come back, and she never came back. So he carried the child to the police station.
Now, that woman who got on the bus, she is described as Hispanic, between 20 and 25 years old, about 5'4", weighing about 110 pounds, and she was said to be wearing a black and red checkered poncho. If you have any information on this case, you are asked to call the LAPD at 77th Division. The number on your screen, 213-485-9603. Now, police say the child's guardian faces child abandonment charges. We are live at 77th Division in South Los Angeles. Leslie Miller, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Leslie, thank you. And we have more breaking news this afternoon, a major development in a long-running homicide investigation. The body of Corey Desmond was discovered in February in Running Springs. Her Jeep was later found in Redondo Beach. Now today, an arrest. Eyewitness News Inland Empire Bureau Chief Bob Banfield is live at Sheriff's headquarters in San Bernardino with breaking details. Bob?
An interesting aspect of this particular story is the great emphasis that investigators here are putting on information received from the public, either anonymous or otherwise. They say that in many cases it helps them solve crimes, and it certainly happened in this case. San Bernardino homicide investigators announced the arrest of a 35-year-old Redondo Beach man, Tony Lopez Perez, for the murder of Corey Day Desmond. Desmond's body was discovered February 16th along a roadway in Running Springs. While investigators would not discuss the cause of death, they said it was sexual in nature. At the just concluded press conference, investigators said 2 calls to We Tip from an anonymous caller pointed to Tony Perez. He was called to headquarters here, questioned, and booked. Mark Desmond, Corey's father, is relieved.
Glad he's caught and that nobody else is in jeopardy of getting hurt. I can't bring my daughter back, but could have, prevent it from happening again in San Bernardino.
Compelling evidence reportedly was found in the car Perez owned in February but sold shortly after the murder.
The information was that Tony Perez, soon after the murder, was scrubbing and cleaning the inside of his Dodge Durango and sold his vehicle on the 4th of March to a dealership in the Los Angeles area.
The San Bernardino District Attorney will file murder charges against Perez.
We're going to assure that we argue for no bail at the time of arraignment. This man does not belong on the streets.
There were low points at times in the investigation. A number of callers offered information that led nowhere. Then the 2 calls from We Tip put the homicide officers back on track. Perez was a manager of a restaurant and bar in Redondo Beach. Desmond's father said he did not believe that the victim knew the man before the night that they came together, and she was killed. And the man will be arraigned on Tuesday here in San Bernardino Court. I'm Bob Banfield, reporting live from San Bernardino. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Now to the strange case of a pursuit that touched off what may be a murder case. Investigators have been searching the coast near Point Mugu for a body that a woman claims was dumped there. Eyewitness News reporter Leo Stallworth is there live to tell us if they found anything. Leo.
Well, after a nearly dozen-hour search, detectives turned up absolutely nothing. From the air and from the ground, search and rescue teams scoured about 11 miles of the coastline from Malibu to Los Pozos Road. The search began on the heels of the California Highway Patrol officer's decision to pull over the driver of this pickup truck around 2 this morning just off the 101 freeway in Camarillo Springs Road in Camarillo. The officer pulled the driver over for a stop sign violation. That's when a minor traffic violation stop turned into much, much more.
The vehicle stopped, and a woman jumped out of the passenger side and ran up to the CHP officers yelling something. And as she did that, the driver of the vehicle took off. CHP went in pursuit. Pursuit lasted a minute or two, fairly short duration, and the vehicle went sailing off into an agricultural field and crashed.
The driver, 58-year-old Maximo Flores of Oxnard, was arrested. Meanwhile, the woman who had jumped out of the vehicle into the arms of CHP officers told them she had witnessed a man being shot.
In talking to this woman, they found out that earlier, the driver, this woman, and another man were together in that pickup truck, and the driver shot the other man, and she's saying dump the body somewhere along Pacific Coast Highway. And with that information, there was corroborating evidence inside the truck that lends some credibility to what she had told us. So we're looking for potentially a gunshot victim somewhere along here.
Detectives won't say what specific evidence in that truck led them to believe the terrified woman's story. And detectives say the evidence in that truck, based on the evidence in that truck, they strongly believe at the least there was an assault with a deadly weapon or at worst a murder. Now, they have pretty much suspended their search. They say for the next 2 days they will send a chopper up over this area just in case something turns up. Live near Point Mugu. Leo Stallworth, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.